take over the world? Let me tell you why. He used slave labor. He used Jewish slave scientists to build the rockets. So what happened was when he started for the final testing, he knew D-Day was coming and the Allies was coming to invade, so he was going to launch these missiles and blow up the world. So he started some aggressive testing, but guess what? The rockets kept blowing up. He would shoot them and they would blow up on the launch pad or blow up in the air. Do you know why they were blowing up? Because the Jewish scientists urinated in the rocket fuel. They urinated in the rocket fuel. That's what saved the world. He violated a very basic principle. You cannot have slaves working in your industrial complex, okay? So I have to create a society where you live like slaves and act like slaves, but you could think that you are free. That's where the credit system comes in. You feel it, you don't see it, but you feel it. In housing, you always needed good credit to buy a house, but now you need good credit to rent a house in the ghetto. Banking, you always needed good credit to borrow money, but now you need good credit to give a bank money. Try to open a bank account with bad credit. Is that ridiculous? You need good credit to give them money. But they know this, if I keep the money right here, it'll find its way out. That's why they're trying to stop you. What about insurance? What controls your insurance premiums? Credit, you got to know that. It's not your zip code. Come on. All the issues. If you have bad credit, you're paying up to 60% more car insurance than anybody else. Somebody with good credit. Obama kind of let the bag out with that because now he said that if your credit score goes up, you can petition to the insurance company to lower your rates. Got it? So he uncovered that system a little bit. What about jobs? What's the single number one criteria for getting a job? It's your credit. You know that, right? They're going to do a credit check. One of the biggest issues, I saw an article, and it said that jobs that pay over $40,000, there is a glut of those on the market. They can't find anybody to work. Now, they didn't go into the real issue of why that is, but most people who are qualified for those jobs have bad credit, and they can't get the jobs. Massachusetts canceled their job fair this year because they were afraid that the few jobs that were there available, because people's credit's so bad, no one will qualify and it will frustrate people. So they shut down the job fair. The last category is retail purchases. Now, this system, they've laid the groundwork for it. Everybody else, the FICO system brings control and profits, which is what they want. So the retail market wants the same control and profit that all the rest of these people have gotten. So this is what I'm saying. In the very near future, everything that you purchase will be based on your credit score. The price that you pay will be based on your credit score. I know that sounds radical, right? So what I'm saying is if you go into, what's the big grocery store chain here? Kroger. You go into Kroger, me and you walk into Kroger, we buy the same loaf of bread, I'm going to pay 50 cents, you're going to pay $2. How is that possible, Doc? Well, this is what's going to happen. Every single major retailer in the country is currently trying to get one thing in your pocket. What is it? Discount card. Is Kroger doing that for you yet? Okay. So they're saying, don't come in, don't shop without this card. Now, this card is a no credit check card. But guess what they're going to start issuing? So this year, I got the discount card, which is good. But next year, I got the Kroger Visa discount card. So this card is cheap. This card is cheaper. Then I got the Kroger Gold Visa discount card and the Kroger Platinum Visa discount card. So a loaf of bread here cost me $1.89 with my Kroger discount card, $1.29, 99 cents. You got the PVD, 50 cents for the same loaf of bread. Got it? That's why they're putting the cards in your pocket. They're setting you up. So now we understand why the world is so serious about the credit system. I've never had a time in my life where so many of people who I know who I thought were successful are struggling, and they don't understand why. Your credit is controlling your access to everything. Everything you pay for is costing you more money, and you have limited access. Now it's going to get to a point where employers are going to start cutting your salaries at a rate that you can't understand. GM just opened a new plant for a new product they have, and they forced the union to accept $14 an hour with no benefits, whereas everybody else is making, I think, $60 an hour on average with benefits. But that's where you're headed. It's a slave class. Look at what they're doing. Your credit's bad. You're working hard. You still can't make ends meet, so now you need to work 2 jobs. And my wife need to work. And my kids need to work. You working 2 jobs and you can't make it work. You're still under stress. You're not free. You want to pay tithe and offering, and you want to do stuff in the church, but you're worried about paying your bills. Do you understand what they've done to you? You might have to take a job on Sunday, or I got to work in the evenings during the week, so now I can't even come do. That's not living. That's what they're doing to you, and you don't even see it. The growth industry is in dollar stores. I ain't shopping at no dollar store. I need to redefine this phenomena. I ain't going to a dollar store. I need to get my credit right. I need to get a better job. Right now, if you just get a high enough credit score, the employer might not even look at your skill set because nobody else qualifies. I had one of my clients, he worked as an electrical contractor. We did his credit. You know, right now in Michigan, he is the single largest electrical contractor solely because every set-aside that comes in there in Michigan, you have to have a set-aside, a portion for minority. He gets every set-aside contract, everyone in the state, because he's the only one that qualifies. Right now in New York, what's happening, I get a lot of calls from brokers. Now in the state of New York, every broker has to pass a credit check. So now all the brokers who before, when I was saying, let's get your credit right, they said, no, I'm going to put my license in my wife's name and transact the business that way. They just passed a new law this year that's starting next year. If you're not actively involved in licensing the business, then you can't have your name on it. So if you don't have good credit, you can't be a real estate broker, stock broker. You're out of business. Do you see where they're going with this? Okay? So we have to be equally serious about credit. We have to know this system inside and out, master it at a whole nother level. My vision for the kingdom is that people, you know, all religions have something they're known for. The Catholics are known, what are they known for? What are they best at in the world? They're the world's largest landlords. Do you know that? The Catholic Church owns more land than any other entity in the world. Nobody owns more land than the Catholic Church. Muslims have the largest number of memberships. They're the largest religion in the world. I want us to be distinguished as the best credit on the planet. When people see you, they say, oh, wait, you born again? Your credit good, man. I know you got an 800 credit score. Come co-sign for me. I need you to co-sign for something. All y'all over there got good credit. I'm tired of you born again folk. Your good credit, man. Get out of here. That's what I want people to say. Okay? So let's get to it. The FICO system, if you go to the Fair Isaacs website, you'll find that your credit score is now composed of 5 components. Okay? The first is your payment history, which is 35% of your score. This is what's important about that. Look at what the system has done. In the old credit system before 2000, your payment history was 80%. So that means if you paid your bills on time, you had good credit. But now, you can pay all your bills perfectly. That category is only 35%. What's 35% on the test? F. So you can pay every bill on time and still have bad credit. I got you. I got you. That's why 95% of you have bad credit. Everybody didn't just